Hi, and welcome to your new trailer, the Solstice Super Lite by Starcraft. Congratulations on your purchase. Let's take some time to do a quick tour. We're going to start with the outside. First, we'll come to your outside storage compartment. You'll see that this compartment has lighting. It has a low point drain. It has your crank and just a lot of storage. Next comes your battery compartment, and we have, of note here, we have a disconnect, so you don't need to disconnect your battery. You can just turn this off and it'll stop the battery from having a power draw on it. And right below there we have your solar ready connection to connect the solar panel to your trailer. Coming around the front, we'll come under the fifth wheel portion. We'll notice you have your breakaway control, which is actually over here. In the event that the trailer becomes detached from the towing vehicle, this pin will come out and it'll engage the brakes on the trailer. Now, sometimes if the brakes feel like they're stuck on or things aren't working right, just make sure that this pin is pushed in all the way. Sometimes what can happen is it gets pulled out a little bit, and that can be enough to engage the trailer brakes. Out front here, we also have a loading light. We have the extension and retraction of the front jacks. Then the next compartment we come to is your propane storage. So important to note here is the crossover regulator. Right now it's pointed to this tank, so it'll draw from this one first. However, when this tank becomes full, it will automatically cross over and draw from this one without you having to manually adjust this. Next, we come to the other side of your underbelly, the other side of your storage container. We have the light here as well, GFCI plug, as well as your hose, spray nozzle that can be used for your outside shower or outside water access. We have your park power adapter, 30 feet of 30 amp cord, as well as next we have your hot water tank, which of note here, you want to notice your drain plug, pressure relief valve. If for some reason, whether you're winterizing or whatnot, you're draining this, it's a good idea to open the pressure relief valve. Otherwise, this plug will shoot out quite hard. Underneath this, we have your access to your output for the black and gray water tanks, and we have the valve for your black water, 1 gray water, 2 gray water tanks. We also have your cable input. So the cable, your part cable can be attached here to feed the trailer as well. We have your connection center. This can be used to fill your hot water tank as your city water connection. So you connect it if you're at the trailer park. As you can see by the diagram here, with this blue handle pointing down, that's city water connection. With it like this, that would fill your freshwater tank. So everything with water can be done right here. This is actually a switch for your freshwater tank or your pump, your water pump. This one here, just a light, little bit of a light. This valve here is for your blackwater tank flush. So you connect the water to that. This is where you connect the water for the tank fill and the city water connection. And here is the outside water access that you can use this fill hose with. So we'll continue along the outside of your trailer to the 30-amp park power supply. Continue along the back, we'll come to the outside barbecue. This you'd light with a barbecue lighter in the light position. First, the propane hookup for this particular barbecue has two valves, one on the supply line and one on the trailer side. So both of these will have to be open as such, so in line with the hose to allow gas to flow. And these are connected via quick connect. Same with this. So it's pretty handy. Here we have the rear stabilizing jacks. You can extend and retract from here. Continue on, come to your back of the fridge. This is venting. It's important that this remains clear of any obstructions, as airflow is needed to cool the refrigerator. All right. Last thing we want to note is you do have outside speakers here and over here. Those can be used via the stereo inside the trailer. Without further ado, we will go take a look inside the trailer. Okay, so first things first, as you come inside, we'll see the fire extinguisher, very important. But maybe the most important, or one of the most important, is this control panel, which, because I forgot that there we go. Here we are. So we have your control panel. We'll start at the home screen. So on the home screen, it gives you all these options. You have all your awnings. Now, let me just start you from the very beginning. If you happen to start out and see this screen, you would then click on the My RV control panel. And then here it gives you access to all the things you want to control inside the inside and outside the trailer. We have the awning controls. We can retract or extend the awning. Then if we just press the home button, it brings you back to the previous screen. We can control the landing gear. We can extend and retract. We can control the rear stabilizing jacks. We can control the slides. So all three slides can be controlled. You simply select the slide that you want to put in or out. We can control all the lighting. See, you can scroll through, you can turn on or off. We have your monitor panel. So here is another spot where you can turn on your hot water heater with your gas or electric. You can turn on the water pump. We have indications for your black tank, your gray, and both your gray water tanks, as well as your freshwater tank. And it'll indicate also the battery level right there, just above the buttons for the water heater there. So that's pretty important. There are also, if you go right back to the very beginning here, there's some videos you can search. You can see the owner's manual in that. Now that would need a Wi-Fi connection, some connection to the internet to do such. Some troubleshooting videos and all of that. So again, go back. If you are at this panel, you want to go to the My RV control panel, and that'll give you the specific controls for this unit. All right, enough about that. Let's go this way into the unit.
And one of the first things we come to is the propane and carbon monoxide detector. This will alert you if there is an unsafe level of either in the trailer. Now, in order to test it, to make sure it's working properly, there is a button right here that I would encourage you to press every once in a while. Usually I suggest to do it when you check the smoke detector in the unit, which is located over there. And the smoke detector, usually whatever the fire department recommends, every 6 months, I think, daylight savings time, whenever the time changes, replace the batteries in the smoke detector. Just test your carbon monoxide propane detector too, to make sure it's functioning. Okay, let's look at your control panel, your power center. This gives you all the breakers and the fuses for the panel and for the trailer itself.
Next, we come to this nice storage closet. You have access to your freshwater pump and your hot water tank via these two panels, and just a couple screws, which are red Robertson screws. Moving on, see a nice dining room table. These are travel covers. They're used to protect the wood so they don't get scratched if they bang around a little bit. You can just take those off when you're using it, or leave them on if you want. It's really up to you. Have your couch here that folds down into another sleeping area for any guests you might have. And then we come over to your TV area. One thing to note with the TV is, if you want to get behind it, there's this little locking mechanism. You lift that up, then you can rotate the TV, and you can get access to all the normal connections you would have on a TV. What I want to show you is this red light beside where your TV plugs in. You press this button and it'll switch you between your antenna and either satellite and cable. So if you're trying to watch TV via satellite cable and it's not coming in, or you think it's not working the way it should, simply try pressing this little button here, and that may be the issue. Or vice versa, if you're trying to watch via antenna and it's not working, try pressing that button. That'll switch you between antenna mode, so to speak, and cable satellite mode. So again, coming back to your stereo, we'd mentioned outside that there's speakers on the outside that can be played through the stereo inside, and here it is. You do so via these two zones, Zone 1 and Zone 2. Zone 1 is the inside of the trailer. Zone 2 is the outside. So you can either have both zones working at once, no zones working, or one working by itself, or two going by itself. So you can listen to music outside, but if somebody's inside and wants some quiet because they're reading, you can turn the music off in here. This also has a DVD player, as well as Bluetooth capabilities, a USB connectivity, headphone jack, as well as an auxiliary line for the unit. While we're here, we'll make note of the AC unit. This unit when you have these baffles open, these louver doors, it will primarily force all of the air conditioning for the unit out here in these locations. However, if you close these louvered doors, that will then force the AC through these vents that are located throughout the trailer, in the bedroom, the bathroom, and throughout here as well. All right, let's go to the fridge next. Here we have pretty simple. It's either auto, so that'll switch between electric and gas. If electric's present, we'll always choose that. If not, it will go to gas, and then you have gas. So it'll try to light. If it can't, this will eventually flash, letting you know that there's something going on with the gas. A lot of times it simply forgot to open the valves, or sometimes it needs to try to light a couple times, a few times, to build up enough gas pressure for it to light. Okay, next we'll come to your range top and stove. Range top's fairly straightforward. Turn this to the light position. Turn that to spark. Pretty simple. Same for all three. The oven is a little different. You have to turn it to the light position, press and hold the knob in. At the same time as you're holding that knob in, you have to light the pilot, which I don't know if you can see. It's pretty dark, but there's the pilot's back here. And you will light that at the same time as you press and hold this knob in while it's in the pilot position. Excellent. Let us continue ever onward. Next, we come to this switch here, which turns on your Wi-Fi for the trailer. And we have the thermostat. This will control the heat and the fan and the air conditioning. It's pretty self-explanatory. You have just cool, just fan, and just heat or off. And then over here we have set to auto, where it'll automatically cycle between high or low. Or it can just set it to be on and manually have it on high or low. Alright, so we'll come into the bathroom. Nothing, everything's pretty self-explanatory. We have fan, we have the light switch, we have the toilet, all the regular stuff you'd see. That's about it. We have a sliding door, a pocket door, kind of, on your bedroom. And the bed with bedside storage, more storage to the side here. We also have access to the underbed storage here. Lift the bed up, and there's quite a bit of storage under there. One thing I want to note while we are in here is emergency exit. So we have an emergency exit right here. You push down on the black tab, at the same time you push the red handle over and up, freeing the handle. Then you can now push the handle all the way out of the trailer, and that will then allow you to pull this red tab, remove the screen, and you can escape to safety. We have a nice underbed accent light, and we also have a position or a spot for a TV. It shows you where is best to mount the TV. And we have the cable and the AC power to hook your TV up. Well, that about does it for a brief tour of the trailer. One other thing I want to note, I just looking at it now, is the GFCI plug for the trailer. If this is tripped, the light will be off. When it is functioning, the green light is on. So if that green light is off, anything that's connected to this plug on the load side, not that that's important, but anything that's connected to this plug may not be working. So generally anything around water, the outside plugs, so the bathroom plug, as well as the under storage plugs that are in the underbelly, if this is tripped, they won't work. So if that's the case, I would look here and your electrical panel to solve those problems. Anyways, I think that about does it. Congratulations again on your trailer. I hope you have many safe and exciting journeys to come. Thank you.